Hi everybody, welcome back to Thrive with KJ. I was just going to say, bear with me while I work out all the technical stuff because it's a one-woman show, so I'm learning the editing and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm happy to be back, and today I'm going to talk about micro habits for sustained energy. I have so much energy. I'm 56. It's not an age thing. If you're thinking, oh, I'm too old, get that out of your head, because you can make small changes and implement them slowly, and you'll start to feel the difference in how you feel every day. So let's get started. Let's get out of the loop in your life to make real change. Like I said, I'm 56 and I'm thriving, and so can you. It's not an age thing. A lot of people assume low energy means they're lacking motivation or they need specialised supplements and stronger stimulants. But in most cases, it just comes down to daily habits that influence blood sugar, sleep quality, nervous system regulation, and cellular energy production. When those foundations are supported, energy becomes easier, more stable, and more consistent, without chasing quick fixes that you already probably know don't really work for the long term. Turns out your body is just running on the wrong settings, like using power saving mode when it's designed for high performance mode. Energy isn't a personality trait, it's a biology management skill. You don't need perfection, you need tiny consistent nudges. So today, we're turning your biology back on by using micro habits, and your cells, in particular your mitochondria, will thank you if you give them what they need to function optimally. Obviously, everything in your body runs on energy. Thinking, healing, digesting, repairing, moving, and staying calm. And your energy is produced inside power stations in every cell, which is called mitochondria. They are like tiny power plants inside your cells, the ones responsible for turning food into oxygen, into usable energy, which is called ATP. ATP, which stands for adenosine triphosphate. I got it. It's basically the body's tiny rechargeable battery pack, except you can't lose it behind the couch cushions. So what they need is the raw materials, the right environment, and a little consistency. Think of mitochondria as microscopic employees running an energy factory inside every cell in your body. They clock in, convert fuel, and keep running, or keep everything running. But if they're overworked, underfed, dehydrated, or living in a cortisol rave party, they're not hitting productivity targets. They won't file complaints, they'll just cut your energy supply like passive-aggressive professionals. So if your mitochondria are tired, unfed, or overwhelmed, you feel underfueled and overwhelmed. But when they're supported, recharged, and switched on, you feel like you're finally upgraded from a dial-up modem to fibre optics. That's what you want, right? So here are microscopic habits to help your mitochondria produce more energy efficiently, consistently, sustainably, without needing to live like a biohacking monk. None of these involve supplements, anything extreme, or selling your soul. So as we move through each phase of the day, these micro habits strategically align with your natural biological rhythms, supporting blood sugar, hormones, recovery, and cellular energy production from morning to night. And who doesn't want that? I can tell you from my own experience that I have sustained energy throughout the day. Also, I eat healthy, no junk food and chemical crap, and my circadian rhythm is absolute clockwork. I'm thriving, and so can you. So let's get started. This is a take two because I just did the video and there was no sound. So bear with me. So we're going to start with morning micro habits. Let's start with the first micro habit. First sip wins Hydrate as soon as possible before caffeine kidnaps your kidneys. Give your body what it actually woke up craving, and that's water. Overnight, you've been running a silent, low-budget hydration marathon, and your cells are basically whispering for help. Hydration helps kick off digestion, blood flow, and cellular energy production, turning your cells from dehydrated raisins into plump, grape-level powerhouses, ready for productivity. Proper hydration supports optimal mitochondrial ATP production because water is required for efficient cellular metabolism and oxygen transport. Mitochondria generate 90% of cellular energy, and hydration supports their function, enhancing ATP production and overall energy metabolism. So you should have a minimum of a glass. About 300 to 500 milliliters is enough to rehydrate blood plasma. Very important. It helps with supporting morning blood pressure regulation. It helps start your digestion. It improves your alertness, even though you think coffee would. It helps your kidneys clear metabolic waste. So start with water. Number 2, the 10-minute AM/PM plight. Step outside and let natural light smack your eyeballs gently so your circadian rhythm knows it's officially show time. Morning light sets the start time and evening light sets the end time. Together they create a clear circadian waveform. It's the benefits of a strong circadian rhythm improve your sleep quality for sure, helps regulate your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin. No eating late at night, that's another thing. Insulin sensitivity, mood and motivation, learning and memory, of course, and mitochondrial efficiency. It helps your immune rhythm and helps with detoxing and repair, autophagy and lymphatic flow, which is quite fascinating. Without these natural light cues, the body drifts into circadian jet lag, even if you never leave your house. Hello brain fog, late night and cravings, and can I nap on the floor fatigue. If you're interested in more of the science of morning and evening light, look below in the notes. I've just left you a little bit of extra information there if you're interested. Getting some morning light. Best start to the day. Even if you can't do it before work, just get out for 10 minutes, sit on a balcony. There we go. That's Ollie. And it's his birthday. Just get out on the balcony and put your face out. Don't wear any sunglasses. Just for 10 minutes. Don't have to stare at the sun. Just get that light into your eyes a little bit. Hey, Ollie. Hey, Ollie says hello. It's his birthday today. He loves his morning walks. All right, let's go. Well, it's not too sunny here, but we're going to go where the sun is. So just try it. See how you feel. It is the best thing. It is the best start to my day. And my body clock is like clockwork. I wake up every day at the same time. I don't need an alarm. And it sets the mood for the rest of the day. So I encourage you to try it and see how you feel. Not once. Try it for a week or two. What do you think, Ollie? What do you think? He loves it. Don't forget, sunlight is medicine. It helps all your cells in your body, gives you energy. So even if you don't have sun where you live, go outside and stay out a bit longer because the sun still penetrates through the clouds. All right, so there are no excuses. Micro habit number 3, protein first breakfast. Think of protein as the metabolic Wi-Fi router. When it's online, everything else connects smoothly. Blood sugar control, muscle repair, satiety, and steady energy. Start your day with at least 30 grams of protein so your mitochondria don't rely on carbs that spike, crash, and leave your energy fatter than yesterday's soda. Plus, you shouldn't be drinking soda. Protein gives your mitochondria a slow, steady fuel supply supporting ATP production without the drama of glucose chaos that comes with usual carb breakfasts. Protein supplies amino acids that help maintain mitochondrial structure, enzymes, and energy-producing machinery. Basically, the cellular equivalent of we can focus now. So protein is extremely important. Micro habit number 4 is breathe before scroll reset. Your nervous system is the DJ of your entire day, and the first thing you'll give it sets the whole soundtrack. So before notifications drag you into a digital mosh pit you never signed up for, take a few slow, intentional breaths. Inhale through your nose, long exhale out. It tells your brain, stand down. We're not starting the day in someone else's chaos. Those slow breaths flood your cells with oxygen and flip you into parasympathetic mode, giving your mitochondria a smooth, steady runway for ATP. Instead of kicking off the morning in panic mode, they start operating like, all right, strong energy, clean burn, zero drama, let's go. Breathwork boosts oxygen delivery. Slower breathing improves gas exchange efficiency in the lungs. Better oxygen availability equals better mitochondrial ATP production. It also activates the parasympathetic nervous system, calming the stress response, lowers cortisol, and reduces sympathetic flight signaling, which otherwise downregulates mitochondrial function. Breathwork also improves vagal tone. A stronger vagus nerve response increases metabolic flexibility, meaning mitochondria switch more efficiently between fuel sources. Outside again, getting some rays, but this time I took my shoes and socks off and walked along the beach for 15 minutes for some grounding. It's so good. Grounding is the best. I have to ground. I don't know about you, but how can you not enjoy this type of view? Sensational. Any excuse to get outside, right? Number 5, micro movement starter. Before your brain convinces you that movement requires workouts, playlists, and the only way to work out is to go to the gym, think again. Sneak in 30 to 60 seconds of gentle movement, as this will benefit you greatly. I literally can't sit still. I have ants in my pants because I do move around a lot. But you could do things like stretching, dancing while unpacking the dishwasher, marching, squatting, wiggling your ass. It doesn't matter. Your mitochondria respond to movement, even tiny amounts. Basically telling your cells, all right team, energy production online. Even small amounts of movement impacts your mitochondria and it benefits by increasing blood flow, obviously because you're exercising. Also, obviously, oxygen delivery, as well as glucose uptake. But also, your AMP and ATP ratio, which means your cell's energy status signal. So it benefits that as well. If you like more movement, such as high intensity, even 1 to 2 minutes of true high intensity effort broken into tiny intervals is enough to spark mitochondrial upgrades. High intensity workouts, well, they're basically mitochondria boot camp for mitochondria. The high intensity interval training stimulates mitochondrial biogenesis. Also, high intensity increases the protein that tells your cells build more mitochondria. We're leveling up. I myself have started doing 3 times 30-second sprints and will gradually increase to 5 or 6. I feel great. It's just excellent if you want to change it up a bit. The take home from this is that movement is key. So get your bloody ass off the couch and move around without looking at your phone. So low intensity training will increase the number of mitochondria that we have in the cells, and high intensity training increases the size of the actual mitochondria itself. So remember, even tiny bouts of movement stimulate mitochondrial biogenesis signals, basically encouraging mitochondria to multiply and upgrade their capacity. So keep moving. Number 6, smart carb pairing rule. Well, carbs alone are like a toddler on espresso. Carbs alone aren't the enemy. They just get a little excited. So pair them with protein, fiber, and healthy fats, and suddenly glucose enters the bloodstream like a civilized adult, not a toddler who drank an espresso. Pairing carbs with protein or fiber slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and prevents the glucose spikes that overwhelm your mitochondria. Steady glucose equals steady ATP production, which keeps your cells humming instead of firefighting an energy roller coaster. Number 7, single task focus blocks. Your brain is a magnificent computer, but it's not built to juggle TikTok, emails, YouTube, Instagram, and whatever fresh chaos your notifications are serving. When you task switch, your prefrontal cortex burns through glucose like a toddler tearing through a snack drawer. That mental fatigue you feel, it's literally your brain asking for a seatbelt and some boundaries. Instead, work on clean, focus blocks, 10, 15, 25 minutes where you pick one thing and give it your full cognitive spotlight. When you do this, your prefrontal cortex finally gets to operate like a precision laser, not a glitchy modem buffering for dear life. Your energy stays steadier, your motivation doesn't get shredded, and your mood stops doing parkour off the cliff. Deep focus attention reduces neural noise, which means your brain cells burn less ATP doing absolutely nothing. Less wasted energy equals more mitochondrial efficiency, better oxygen use, and a nervous system that feels like it's actually running all day instead of surviving. Focus is literally cellular conservation mode, and your mitochondria love anything that stops them from working overtime like unpaid interns. Number 8, and we're going into evening micro habits now. Post-meal micro walk, day and night, if possible. No need for lycra, just move your body for at least 10 minutes after eating. A post-meal micro walk gives your mitochondria the exact vibe they like. Steady glucose, better oxygen flow, and a gentle nudge to start converting fuel into ATP instead of storing it for later if you're sitting on the couch. 10 minutes is enough to smooth out blood sugar spikes, which means your mitochondria aren't forced into emergency overtime and have to deal with an incoming carb tsunami. Oh, hell no. Instead, they get a calm, predictable fuel supply, their favorite working conditions. Number 9, light down, brain down rule. If your home is lit up like a department store clearance event, your hormones will also assume they're doing a late night shift. Bright overhead lighting all night is basically telling your brain, stay awake, darling, the world needs you. Meanwhile, your circadian rhythm is in the corner quietly sobbing. So, switch to lamps, warm bulbs, salt lamps, candles, anything that doesn't scream interrogation room energy. This simple shift lets melatonin come out of hiding and do what it's meant to do. Calm your nervous system, prep your brain for memory consolidation, and slide you gently into deep restorative sleep instead of being awake all night in insomnia limbo. The melatonin is not just a sleep hormone, it's one of your body's most powerful mitochondrial antioxidants. So when at night time light sabotages melatonin, your energy factories lose their protective shield and end up dealing with more oxidative stress than necessary. When you dim the lights, you're essentially giving your mitochondria permission to clock out, repair damage, restore ATP machinery, and stop behaving like overworked factory workers during peak season. It's a simple thing. Bottom line, if you want next day energy, dim your damn lights. Your mitochondria will thank you in ATP. That is right. Number 10, tech taper instead of tech ban. You don't need to fling your phone off the balcony like it's an ex's hoodie. Just stop feeding your brain a digital rave party before bed, right before bed. Scale down the chaos. No plot twists, no doom scrolling ambushes that hijack your cortisol into orbit. Swap it for something your nervous system can actually handle. A chill documentary, or maybe a calm YouTube video about health and wellness, or an audio book. Basically, literally anything that doesn't hijack your entire emotional spectrum. And yes, night mode helps, blue blockers help, but let's be honest, nothing helps quite like putting the phone down. Aim for 1 hour tech before bed. Can you do it? I promise your nervous system won't spontaneously combust. In fact, the wildest thing might happen. You'll realise how insanely addicted you are to a constant stimulation. And once you break that nightly dopamine drip, your sleep quality skyrockets like it's finally free from captivity. And in regards to mitochondria, well, late night tech keeps your sympathetic nervous system in survival mode, which forces your mitochondria to keep pumping energy instead of shifting into repair, detox, and ATP restoration mode. When you cut the digital noise, your mitochondria finally get the me mode, that the threat level is 0 and can switch into deep repair mode. So give it a shot. I tell you it helps. I do it and I sleep really well. Number 11, colours on your plate rule. If your plate looks like a bloody beige crime scene, beige, pasta, chicken, repeat, your energy is going to be pretty similar. It's going to behave like confused, flat, and mildly disappointing. Colour is where biochemical magic lives. Every bright pigment, reds, purples, greens, yellows, blues, is loaded with polyphenols, antioxidants, and phytonutrients that your mitochondria love. I have a separate video on polyphenols, just if you wanted to check it out. So these compounds reduce oxidative stress, also known as the rust that slows down your energy factories. It also, it ages you. They support anti-inflammatory pathways and keep your cells running like they actually slept last night. Colourful foods help your cells handle the chaos of real-life work deadlines, such as 47 unread emails, your neighbourhood who's power washing at 7 a.m, or my neighbour who slams the door. Colourful foods also stabilise blood sugar, they feed the microbiome and support steady energy production, instead of the classic carb spike crash routine. Think of it as upgrading your cells from budget batteries to long life power cores just by adding berries, leafy greens, peppers, turmeric, tomatoes, and all the rainbow chaos your mitochondria thrive on. Beige is for couches, not meals. If your plate looks like a rainbow, your energy feels like one. If your plate looks like cardboard, you'll feel the same. You'll feel flat that afternoon. Want sustained energy? Eat the colours your mitochondria brag about. Obviously, eat colourful foods day and night, but definitely start in the day, as the daytime is where your body needs the colourful fuel a little more, because metabolism is the highest and also mitochondrial demand is its highest. And cortisol is naturally elevated, helping you digest your food and metabolize nutrients. Your circadian clock is primed for intake and activity. So eat the colours of the rainbow, and as I said before, eat the colours of the rainbow, and as I said before, I have a video about fibre, polyphenols, and it explains how it can give you energy more if you wanted to learn more about it. Number 12, having an attitude of gratitude is so important. Consistent gratitude turns down the chronic stress dial, lowers baseline cortisol, and calms your autonomic nervous system. Basically putting your body back into I'm safe, chill out mode. This matters because when stress stays high, your mitochondria get smacked with oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is basically your cells rusting from the inside out. Tiny, unstable oxygen molecules nicking, scraping, and aging your tissues like biochemical corrosion. Yes. So less stress equals less cell corrosion and happier mitochondria. And no, gratitude doesn't sprinkle fairy dust on your energy levels. It actually gives you real sustainable energy because your cells aren't constantly running emergency repairs like they're working night shift at a biochemical fire station. So start journaling. The best part, it's the cheapest biohack in existence. So what are you waiting for? 5 minutes a day, noticing one good thing, and your mitochondria go, a gratitude check-in, sweet. Now we don't have to activate full-blown cellular damage control because you spiraled over an email or whatever. TikTok chaos tried to abduct your nervous system today. So, and why does this matter for sustained energy? Well, because inflammation plus stress hormones plus nervous system dysregulation equals mitochondrial sabotage. And we need to save your mitochondria. Gratitude acts like a daily system recalibration, which supports better mitochondrial efficiency, reduces oxidative stress load, it improves metabolic stability, enhances recovery during sleep, it frees up energy that chronic stress normally hijacks. Gratitude activates your parasympathetic nervous system tone, which is your rest, repair, and digest nervous system, not your sympathetic fight or flight mode, which is the same as having your browser opened with 57 tabs. That keeps you buzzing like you've mainlined anxiety. So how do you want to feel? Relaxed or stressed? Studies show decreases in inflammation markers in people who regularly engage in gratitude practices. Why? Because gratitude dampens chronic stress pathways, reduces cortisol output, improves emotional regulation, and supports healthier autonomic balance, all of which influence inflammation, which everybody needs to reduce inflammation. Think of gratitude as a 5-minute biological tune-up that keeps your internet power grid running smooth instead of sparkling and sizzling. gratitude isn't just emotional hygiene, it's physiological housekeeping. So get a journal and put in 5 minutes a day. Hi, and thanks for watching. And if you're still watching, thanks for getting to the end of the video, because that means you're taking your health quite seriously. I hope you can start to implement some of these micro habits to start to feel better. I implement all of them. I feel fantastic. And I just want to say thank you for joining me. I look forward to the next video. I think that I should be able to do it every couple of weeks. It depends. Some videos take longer and the editing, the learning curve is quite big. So, you know, some of the editing can take like hours to work out. But slowly but surely I'll get there. So I just want to recap in regards to what I've spoken about. And if you'd like to leave comments, I'd love you to, and start this community going. So I just want to recap regarding the magic of micro habits. Tiny shifts that quietly rewire your biology from the inside out. You don't need a perfect routine, monk level discipline, or suddenly have to change your whole identity overnight. No way. You just need small, consistent actions that tell your mitochondria, hey, we're creating a life we actually want to feel awake for. Every time you move your body, intentionally choose a colourful plate of fruit and veggies, dim your lights, or shut down the chaos scroll, you're casting a vote for the energised, clearer, steadier version of you. Your mitochondria are literally responding in real time, whispering, finally, we have growth, not survival. This is how sustained energy is built, not by overhauling your life overnight, but by nudging your cells in the right direction, again and again, until the nudge becomes momentum. Then you won't want to go back. And here's the cool part. Once your mitochondria get the memo, the rest of your life starts catching up. Your brain thinks sharper, your mood steadies, you don't feel like a human sleep-deprived tornado anymore. You show up differently, brighter, stronger, more grounded. You start realizing, oh, that is what my body feels like when it actually supports me. So take one micro habit from today, just one to start, or more if you can, and start. Give your cells something to celebrate. Let your mitochondria feel like they're part of a thriving ecosystem instead of a stressed out startup running on expired snacks. Because the truth is, sustained energy isn't reserved for the lucky. It's built one tiny, unglamorous, powerful choice at a time. Now go give your mitochondria a day worth cheering for. Thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe. I've got lots more coming. If there's any topics you want me to cover, let me know. But it's a holistic channel, so it can be all over the place. And that's what I love, because I have interest in everything to do with health, wellness, nutrition. So cheers for now. Until next time. Peace out.